Alright, hopefully this is recording, right? So, right now I'm working on making a 3D printed costume for Funtime Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, right? Um, and the thing about 3D printing, as I've learned, and I'm still learning, is that all of the models need to be solid. So, they need to be complete, finished meshes. And this means that you can't have any I guess, kind of two-dimensional objects, things that are unclosed, like you can't have a cone without a base, things like that. And you can't have any floating parts. They all need to be joined into one solid object so that your 3D printer won't have any problem. Well, I downloaded it's not a rip of the model from Sister Location, it's a fan-made model, but it's extremely close to the original. I can actually show it here. Hopefully it's recording okay. Yeah, good. So the one on the left is basically the one that I'm using, I'm pretty sure. The download link was in the description of this video, if you're interested. It's right here. So, basically, Scott Cawthon's original model is gorgeous, but the recreation is almost completely one-to-one. I think there's just like a little bit of a difference in the jaw. You can kind of see the original is a little more straight and narrow, and the cheeks are a little different as well. The head shape is slightly more forward-looking, it seems, from the side there. But beyond that, it's extremely similar, so I figured that I'd use the fan recreation and that'd be no problem. However, I don't have it open right now. When I was trying to separate out the model pieces in Blender so that I could save them as separate STL files to print, I noticed that the teeth, specifically on the lower jaw, because that's the first part that I want to try to print, there were some incomplete teeth parts, like they were not closed meshes as well. Some of the teeth were floating, so I decided to take a look and see if the original Steel Wool and Scott Cawthon model had that same problem. Because if worse comes to worse, I could probably rip the model from the game. Oops. Um, here I have open Markiplier Let's Play because I knew that he got jump scared in this part. So I can go through frame by frame when he gets jump scared by Funtime Foxy here. And this is a pretty good way to see both how the lower jaw moves, like where it articulates in terms of rotation point, things like that. So that'll help me set up the actual moving jaw on the costume itself, which would be good. You can also see Markiplier go frame by frame, yelling, which is fun. But, and then you can see this, I'm not actually going to make the costume open like this, poor Mark. But this is also good to see, like, okay, this is basically where my head is going to be, where this endoskeleton is. So that's useful to know as well. But continuing to scroll through here, let me see. Yeah, right here. You can see in the lower jaw this first row of teeth. Some of them are lined up on the jaw itself, but right here in the middle, you can see they actually start to float. There's nothing connecting the teeth to the actual jaw, because I believe that this lower jaw was supposed to split into two pieces, kind of like the upper jaw here. Um, but where that split is, there's a tooth right in the middle, and it's just not connected to anything. Oh, there we go. It clears up a little bit in quality. But, yeah, so that's a problem that I guess has been replicated from both the original to that fan-created model here. Which is unfortunate, but there's not much I can do about that. So, what that means, basically, is that I'm going to have to improvise a little bit. I'm going to have to go in and manually close all of the teeth models, because the fan-made model, the teeth weren't closed. And also connect them to that lower jaw. Since I'm not planning on having it open up like it is here, then it shouldn't be a problem for the costume itself. But it is just an extra step that's going to have to be taken. So yeah.